For over past 5 years Kane had been working as a police officer, but he is not like any of the other officers. This is because he normally performs his duties in a very different way from other police. Even people on the streets recognize him as one of the feared police ever. Besides that, Kane has his own team whereby they perform different operations together. Mainly they deal with drug dealers, children disappearance and homicide cases most of the time. But after all, back at the station not everyone liked him, since others called him a dirty cop. But he never minded the negative talks at all. Now on this particular day, as he was doing his normal operation, he encountered a woman who was killed while she was at her house. As they looked further for details, that is where they noticed the woman had a small daughter, whereby she was presumed missing. And so Kane automatically was handled the case on finding the little girl, not knowing where to start at all. Back at the station, when Kane returned, his boss informed him that the woman had a husband whom by the time they were divorced, and so the husband was their #1 suspect on the missing child. But what Kane didn't know, is that his boss was planning another agenda behind his back. This is because as Kane was investigating the case, his boss was meeting with a certain gentleman whereby he was assigned to stalk Kane on every place he will be going, and then report back to the boss. Automatically it seemed the boss was kidding something which he didn't want Kane to find it at all. On the other side, Kane went to the deceased woman's husband's place to see if he will find the husband. Luckily he was there, and so one they headed to the station for questioning. According to the husband's story, the day her wife was murdered, he had gone that morning to visit her daughter but then her wife refused since he was high on drugs. And so he headed back to his place. The husband claimed he had nothing at all on her wife's murder or the disappearing of her daughter. But then it was very hard for the police to believe his story, because even at that time, the man was already high on drugs too. But as they were about to give UO, the husband told them that lately there was a man who used to visit her wife mostly. And there was a chance he had answers they wanted. Immediately Kane started preparing themselves to go and take the husband. Before they went out, the boss started acting weird at once. He even tried to stop Kane, claiming that the operation wasn't worth it at all, it may be just a false tip. But who is Kane? He ignored him and continued with the mission. But again as they were doing that, the boss invited one of the attorneys to his office, whereby he told the attorney that he had evidence that would keep Kane behind bars for a long time. This time it seemed the boss was the real dirty cop after all. On the other side, Kane went for the man and brought him in for further questioning too. But this time Kane realized the man had a lot of confidence, it's like he knew he can't go to prison at all. They used every method to make him talk but they were unsuccessful. That's where Kane decided to apply one of his methods in interrogation. Within minute, Kane came out with full of answers. But as Kane explained to them where the girl was kept, he also learned a dark truth about his boss. According to the man he interrogated, he told Kane that his boss was part of the children abduction. His role was to protect the people responsible from being arrested and to cover out their tracks. And that's the reason for over past 10 years, the police were unable to shut down the abduction operation completely. And since Kane was handed over this case, his boss became worried that he might figure it out he was responsible too. And that is the reason the boss assigned someone to stalk Kane, and have been acting weird all over. But now Kane's first priority was to save the child first, then come back and deal with his boss. The only people he told his boss' dirty secret at the time was only his team. So 111 they headed to the location believed the child was held in, and luckily as the break-in, they saw the girl and other girls where they were kept and saved them. Now the only task remaining was to expose his boss. But now that was not gonna be easy as he imagined. This is because among Kane's team, there was a traitor who worked together with the boss. And so as Kane returned to the station, he found his boss talking to the media people informing them that Kane was a dirty cop and that he had enough proof to support his accusations. Kane didn't believe it at all, and even this time the boss told him face to face that he can't interfere with his operation at all. Now Kane had nowhere to run to, it was just a matter of hours before he was taken to prison. But before that, he promised himself that he will prove the boss was behind all of this.